Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I feel like I have so much to do in a short amount of time. I just got Gerard down for his first nap, and so I'm gonna get done what I can while I can. I've got to kind of clean up from breakfast still and get situated and reset for the day first, and then it's pretty much all about birthday prep because tomorrow is my second baby's 5th birthday. Hard to believe, but she wants a certain cake. She wants to bring in her brownies for school, like just all the things. And I have school pickup today, so I need to have everything done by, like including dinner, by like 2:33. So a short kind of day, and let's see what we can do. It was an oatmeal breakfast morning, so definitely a little bit sticky and need to wipe the table down. I'm gonna have to wrap gifts later, so I definitely need to make sure I have a clean space here. And of course, I'll tell you what, Gerard is like, you know, loving food, but so messy. Oatmeal is one of those that just like, you better just strip them because otherwise everything is just ruined and a mess. But yeah, oatmeal kind of morning. Next, I am going to get the dishes put away from last night, make sure that we can start fresh because with all of the cooking that I'm going to be doing today, I should say baking, it's not really cooking, but with all the baking I'm going to be doing today, I'm going to need the space. I do try to clean as I go, so I'm going to need the space clear to put the dishes as I clean them a bit later. Also, I'm going to link in the description that little snack box that I just showed the parts for because it is wonderful and I recommend it. We went straight on a walk this morning because it's super nice outside after the girls left for school. So I actually didn't eat breakfast yet. So before I kind of get going, I want to make sure I make this like protein shake so that I have some substance in me because, you know, breastfeeding mom, you gotta make sure you're taking care of yourself even when you're not taking care of yourself, I guess. But yeah, making sure I eat something. And you want to show me something outside? Let's go check out what Rosie found or did. What are you showing me? Wow, Rosie, look at that. Wow, that's so cool.
Cotton candy.
Cotton candy, I love it. You worked really hard on that. Did Daddy help you? No, you did it all by yourself? Wow.
And then the change color, and I'm still working on it.
Okay, I love it. I just pulled out my ice cream for the ice cream cake and I'm gonna let that sit out for 20 minutes. So while we do that, I'm gonna make the brownies since that's like the first event that's coming up. And I just got this Hershey's triple chocolate brownie mix from Sam's to make this like a little bit easier. I love making my own like homemade brownies and treats and stuff, but with just so many birthdays, things, kids going on right now, we're moving to a little bit of an easier game at the moment. Rosie is greasing our pan for us at the moment. I just wanted to make sure it all got it. Now you do it. She's gonna grease our pan for us, and then we're gonna get this started. I still don't have my mixer. As you can see, it was not able to be fixed by my dad. So I'm either gonna have to get a new one or see if I can call and see if there's somebody else who can fix it. I'm really hoping that this brownie mix fits in here and I don't have to transfer because I can already tell, like, I'm just not used to this and it might be too much for this. It's much smaller than my mixer, and so I didn't like forethink that I might have to do it in 2 batches. We'll see. I just really wish I had my own. Whenever I let Rosie help me with eggs in a thing, she cracks them into a separate bowl so that if shells happen, we can dig them out from here rather than having to dig them out from there. So I do let her do it and let her try to help, and then you crack it in here, 2 hands. And then we just, you know, work with what she's doing. She's never gonna learn if you don't let them practice. So that was perfect, no shells or anything, Rose. Good job, you wanna do another one? Good work. And look at that, we have a broken yolk, but no shells. If a 3-year-old can do it, your kiddo can do it too. You just gotta let him practice. All right, gonna just finish up here, adding the eggs to the batter and then letting that mix, and then adding that to our 9x13 pan here. The oven is already preheating, so as soon as I get that leveled, I can just pop it on in. And then now I'm moving to the ice cream cake. This is a Dairy Queen copycat ice cream cake. So my softened ice cream, I'm kind of just stirring that up a little bit. In the round cake pan, I have an 8-inch round cake pan there, and I have some saran wrap kind of overlapping the edges so that I can lift the ice cream out once it is frozen. This recipe is a little bounce back and forth because of all the freeze time that it needed, so hopefully it goes well today. And I can hear Gerard, he has just woken up, so good timing to be finished with this step. Yesterday, Rosie helped me separate Oreo cookies from the filling and the cookie part. So now she's helping me crush them, right? Crush them into little pieces. We're gonna get a cookie sheet and mix them with butter and then cook them up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we pour this onto here?
Yeah.
We're gonna cook that up with the brownies in the last 10 minutes because it needs to cook for 10 minutes. That's good. We already mixed it with butter there. So we're just gonna kind of like get it into an even layer to toast them up. Okay? And then we're gonna take a little break to wrap the rest of Rosie's, Juliana's gifts. How's that sound?
Yeah.
All right. A couple days ago, I posted a video what I got my 5-year-old for her birthday. I'm gonna link it in the description below. And as I finished it up, I was watching it and was like, oh my gosh, did I get her enough? I don't know. If you know me at all, you know gift giving is my love language. I have a very hard time restraining myself, so it's not surprising that I asked myself that question and that my answer to that question was, of course I didn't. What else can I get her? So what that just was a sand art seashell. I thought that would go well with her mermaid theme she's having. This that I'm wrapping now is body glitter. It's like really iridescent shimmer, like a mermaid style. I thought she might like to wear that on her birthday, like at her birthday party. And then the last thing there is a Troll's little coloring pack. She actually knows she's getting this one. She is the one who saw it at Target and was like, Mom, please, please. And I was like, yeah, sure, but you have to open it on your birthday. There it is. We got a new chair. Isn't it pretty? It's like a nice camel leather chair. Show it to you better when I'm not sitting on it, but I got it from BidFTA. My first time buying something from there. I hope I don't get a habit. But we did kind of like, we've been wanting like an extra thing to sit on and it was such a good price. So got that, got a rug for Isabel's room finally. And like $16 for an 8x10 rug, 8x12 rug. So good deal. Show them how you walk to mama. You show him how you walk to mama. Hi, buddy. I posted, I think, his like 9-month when he turned 9 months. And I was like, he's so close to walking. Literally that day he started walking. So yeah, 9-month walker over here. Just like your sissies, huh? Just like your sissies. Hi, baby. For part of Rosemary's like homeschool, we have some kind of table work, like work on letters and numbers. You guys have seen that. But the other part that I like to do at home with my preschoolers is work on life skills. And so right now we've been working on buttoning, right, Rose? And so she's got a little coat here that she's gonna attempt to do the buttons on. What do you think?
Yeah, and then I'm gonna do that so I can try, and then I'm gonna do that so I can try.
Yes.
And
So always important to work on those life skills, like the eggs earlier, like it's just, especially as we gear up to winter, we're gonna be working on zipping, we're gonna be working on buttoning, we're gonna be working on, you can already put your socks on pretty well,
yeah,
but your shoes on the right feet. All those life skills are so important to like, just take some time, 5 minutes and work on them. You might get a little frustrated, but we can take a break if that happens, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But when you get it, what happens? What happens to your brain when you get it the first time? You get a little sparkly feeling, you say, huh? All right, let's work on it.
Yeah. Let me get it off fast.
What do you think? Do you think that button goes with this hole right here?
Yeah.
Okay. That little guy over there playing with balls. He'll chase them all day long. You love balls, huh? Yes. throw it and chase it. Or chew it. It's really important too, when they are working on these life skills, they're going to be frustrated and you're going to want to help them like and do it. That struggle that they go through is so important, and there's a difference between like the struggle and being frustrated and okay, and the struggle and not being okay and it being like too much. So you kind of have to learn that balance with your kiddo. But that struggle is like so important to their learning. So if you can let them struggle a little bit, just let them struggle. It's kind of like I have said for babies in videos in the past, like when they're learning to sit, for example, or learning to walk, that wobble that they kind of do, like safely on your leg. You did it, good job.
This kind of has to be in this, so I can twist. And then it can pull out.
Yeah, do you think you can do the other one?
Yeah.
All right. That wobble, hi buddy, that wobble that they do is like so important for them to do because it's helping them learn balance. So the struggle, the wobble, the whatever, so important for kids. You did it. Look, all those buttons, and you did this one. You did those tiny, tiny buttons. You really did it, Rose. High five. You did it. You did it. You really, really did it. Woo! You did it. Did she do it? Is that funny? She did it. Brownies just came out of the oven. Oreo crumbs just came out of the oven. And so while the kids are happily playing in the other room, I'm gonna see what I can accomplish before they need me. Well, that didn't last long. So we got some helpers. We're gonna make the fudge. The recipe calls for corn syrup, and we don't use that in our house. So we are substituting for honey. Usually in that case, I would substitute for agave nectar, but apparently we're out. So we're using honey, which I've never done before. Hopefully it turns out. And then we need this one too, Rosie, once you're done with that. It's about lunchtime as well, so after we finish this up, we should make lunch. What do you want to have for lunch today?
I don't know.
You don't know. That is always the question. On the bright side, I don't have to make the girls lunch for tomorrow at lunch today, which is what I normally do because tomorrow's her birthday, so she's gonna buy at lunch. So they get a day to buy, which is just fantastic for me. Now we're gonna get a half cup of this cream. You can help me pour it. Good. And we're gonna put this over the heat until it just boils. And then we're gonna whisk it all together and melt it up. How's that sound? Okay, let's see. Tastes fine. So I think honey is an okay substitute for that. I'm gonna go ahead and just get this I pulled the cake out of the freezer. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that on there, put it back in the freezer, and then eat some lunch. Lunch today, Rosie wanted leftover soup, so chicken tortilla soup with a side of chips. We didn't have tortilla, so that's what she gets. And then I'm having leftover chicken tikka masala. I just put some fresh herb and I made some homemade naan to go with it yesterday. So that's be my lunch. Just finishing up lunch, and you can see he liked that masala, didn't you, buddy? He loved it. But we can see that the FedEx guy just came with our Sam's order that we were waiting on. So I will clean him up and then show you what we got. So this order is really a lot for the party. So I got lots of juice boxes here and then some napkins. We were running low on those. I also picked up more cutlery because we only had knives left. So definitely need that. And we're gonna have a chili cook-off. So I needed the spoons too. So I went ahead and got the whole set. I also picked up more of these that we literally just made because that was the last 2 bags that I had. And like I said, this is birthday party kind of event season, so I had a feeling I might need those again. I also picked up some maple syrup, real maple syrup, because it's the cheapest to get at Sam's. So anytime I make a Sam's order, I literally get this, no matter if we are low or not, because you never know when you might run out. I use it for our granola. I use it for pancakes, obviously, waffles, all that kind of stuff. We just use this a lot. It's a substitute in baking for things, so always grab this, even if we already have one on hand. I also grabbed some cashews. These came just in time. I'm gonna use these with the curry I'm making for dinner tonight, as well as I love it in our granola. And then pecans, obviously our granola as well, just to snack on, and pecan pie this fall. I have a wonderful granola recipe, like literally my favorite. I will link it in the description because it is so good. You should definitely try it. I can't wait to make it. It's that season. Our Amazon order also came, so I just thought I'd show you this. It's a little cake stand. I wanted to show you like the color is this. It's a gift for my cousin's bridal shower coming up, so this is kind of what it looks like, but that was on her registry, so that came too. Okay, we just finished the second layer of ice cream for our ice cream cake. Now the recipe says that you're supposed to like put this on top of the other one, but I don't have like a tall enough pan that would allow that tall of like a cake. So I'm doing it in two separate. Hopefully it works out. What I'm gonna do is freeze it for like 2 hours, and then I'm gonna try to like stack them on a piece of cardboard and then freeze it again and see if that works. Hopefully it will. If not, if it's not perfect, it's gonna have like a whipped cream icing layer. So I feel like it'll all come together and look fine, even if it's not like totally together. What do you think?
Yeah.
You really like today because you get to taste test all the food, don't you? Before I move on to dinner, I wanted to make sure I got our schoolwork in with Rosie. We are doing community helpers this week. If you need my lesson plans, you want to see where some of this stuff comes from, what we were doing, you can always go to my website. I have my lesson plans on there, my old ones, but still they are there. I will link it in the description. And if you're curious, these specific ones are from Fairy Poppins. We love these for community helpers, but all the links for resources should be on my website. Okay, I'm moving on to dinner now, and I don't have much time, so thankfully earlier this week I had some dinners that involved chicken. When I did that, I went ahead and pre-made the chicken for all the chicken dinners we were having, which means the chicken for this chicken curry cashew basil that we're having is done. I also noticed that this recipe called for a quartered onion and minced garlic, so when I was doing that for a previous recipe, I did it for this recipe. This is my favorite way to save time at the beginning of the week when I'm like spending the time and I don't have like a car pickup day or a gymnastics day, and it's just like Monday is usually like we don't have anything going on and I have more time. It's just really nice to get some things done then, so that days like today where I'm really pressed for time, it's not gonna take me long. I don't have to get much out. So literally the chicken part of this is already done. All I have to do for this curry is put this that I already did into my blender here. And I'm gonna add a couple other things, some ginger, coconut milk, chicken broth, curry powder, salt, pepper, and that's pretty much it. Once I get all that in the blender, I'm gonna put it on the stove to like heat up and add the chicken, done, and it'll be like dinner done. So highly recommend, like, do what you can early on to save yourself time later. If you're dicing an onion, even if you don't have a recipe for that, diced onions, they last really well in the freezer, and you can just like saute them up. How many recipes do you know that use diced onion? You know, especially in the fall and winter, like it's the base to all of your things. So if you're dicing one onion, go ahead and dice the whole bag of onions, the whole 5 pounds or whatever. It will just save you so much time in the long run. So this is now on the stove. I've got the cashews nearby. Gerard just woke up. He is feeling very needy, so he is gonna just hang here while I attempt to figure out the brownies. I don't know why it's always so like, you have such a hard time figuring it out when you need to cut them. I need 4 here, so I need 3 lines, and then 6. I've heard that using plastic helps make it better, and I have several in case it gets sticky, but we'll see. I think I need a ruler. So basically I did every 2 inches this way, 2 inches this way. These ones are slightly bigger because 2 inches was like slightly wrong, but here's how big these squares are here. And for a kindergartner, honestly, I'm wondering if that's too big because of like how thick those are. And honestly, the directions said like each was 40 serving, like this serving size was for 40. So this is 24. So if I was to cut those in half, it would be about the serving size, which I initially thought was crazy. But now with how thick those are, do I just send big brownies or do I cut them smaller? I don't know. Maybe I'll do some of each and send some small and some big. Maybe not. That wouldn't be fair. What would you do? I want to get this cake stacked before dinner, so I am trying to do this here. I'm really hoping that after I get this all frozen together, it turns out just fine. We are now after dinner time. I am solo parenting tonight, so I don't think I'm going to have much time to decorate. I'm kind of leaving this here on the table for Dan to take over and just going to kind of leave it and end it here. So thank you for watching. This vlog is a little longer than usual, but I hope you liked it, and I'll see you next time.